Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. In the last episode, we finished up things over at the Eagle's Tower, and in this episode, we're going to be taking the hint that the ocarina shall lead the way. So, how about we try to find a place where we can play our ocarina? Now, there's really not much left of this island that we have yet to explore. You can see that we have that area off to the east there, which I would like to show first. That's actually not where we need to go, but I would still like to show it. We also have the area in the northwest of Koholint, which will be where we're going after we do that. Thing is that over off to the east, there is a bit of a minigame that we have yet to play. I don't know why I was walking off to the west when I wanted to go to the east, but hey, it's not like me to not go in the wrong direction in this series. As I admit, I have gone like the exact opposite direction of what I've been saying out loud I'm going to. I'll actually admit something right now, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. That is the fact that I get east and west, as well as left and right, mixed up a lot. I don't just mean in games, I mean in real life. Up and down, I have no problem with. North and south, I have no problem with. But east and west, can't do it. Anyway, you want to challenge the river rapids on a raft? Proceed to the office at once, please. Okay. So we're gonna go to this rafting place, and check it out, it's a nerdy guy, just like the one in the trendy game. Wanna go on a raft ride for 100 rupees? Okay. Okay, the raft is ready for you outside. Enjoy. I apologize to anyone who has ever worn a pocket protector. Let's equip our Rock's Feather and head out into the river. Whee! So, when going through here, we're gonna go through a lot of areas of the map that we have never actually been to. You could go down there if you wanted to, but I'm just going to follow the river down as far as it goes. And this area should look pretty familiar to you immediately. That is because in the middle of, I believe it was Catfish's Maw? Whatever dungeon was before Eagle's Tower. Yeah, I think it was Catfish's Maw. No, that was the Face Shrine. What the heck am I thinking? We went out at one point. We were outside the dungeon in the Face Shrine. And we saw an area with some chests and some rupees on it. This is that area. I got a bit of a refill station right here where you can get, like, every item if you need it. And, yeah, that chest that we could not get to, this is where it's located. There's a bunch of rupees everywhere. I'm probably not going to see a return on this, though, because I didn't do very well. But this is where all those screens that we have yet to explore were located. And if you're curious, for reference sake, this is around where we entered the Face Shrine, if you didn't know that already. So, it's kind of interesting. I suppose it's sort of kind of interesting. You get like a little raft to go over the water that you don't really need because you have the flippers. I don't know, I never really understood that. I guess rapids would drag you under even if you do have flippers, but you get what I'm saying. So, now that I've shown that off, as we can see, our map is looking a lot more complete. Those other squares in the map that we haven't seen are also a part of this lake up here and that rafting game. But you know, it's not really entirely necessary to, like, show every single screen in that minigame. You kind of get the gist of it. That chest with rupees in it that you couldn't obtain before. Or the 20 rupee chest that was in the Face Shrine, that's where that was located. It was in the middle of that area. The idea of it's that you play that rafting game, you see that chest, you don't know how to get to it, then you play the Face Shrine and you get it. It's kind of like that. So I'm going to play Mambo's Mambo. And do I have Secret Medicine? Yes, I do. And in fact, I don't even need to get it because where we're going next, we're actually going to get some. So, what I'd like to do now is, before we go onward to the final dungeon in Koholint Island, I want to go get that piece of heart that we have never collected that we saw really early on when we went to Tal Tal Heights for the first time. You know the one I'm talking about, the one that is in that cave as we climb the mountain that we saw both times that we went through it. So, how about I meet you guys back up on Tal Tal Heights, and we go collect that. Soon. Very soon. Alright, back on Tal Tal Heights over here. We are getting very, very close to being able to wake the windfish. We've been warned by many, many a foe that they are stopping us from making the windfish wake up because they do not want this island to disappear. When we came here, we immediately started trying to wake the windfish. All these monsters came out to try to stop us from waking the windfish because this island will be destroyed if we do that. We've been told this many, many times. And you really do have to wonder if the owl is a good guy, you know, if we're helping the right person. Do we stay on this island and stay a kid forever, living out an endless childhood together with Marin and Tarin and just all these other friends that we've made? Or is it the right thing to just kind of cast all that aside and just see what lies beyond this island, if anything does? it's a fantastic metaphor for things never, you know, for should things never change, should things stay the same, is it best to grow up? Oh, whoa, somebody help! Speaking of Marin, hey, Link, some monsters put me up here. What should I do? I'm afraid of heights. So, we've gotten a new objective here. We see that Marin is trapped up there, and we need to save her. So, how about we go through these caves a little bit more, and see if we can find her. Now, I'll admit, I don't know my way through the Tal Tal Heights quite as well as I might have when I was younger, but I'm trying, okay? I'll fully admit I'm not the best Link's Awakening player in the world. I've talked about this already, and I think it was pretty clear that while this is a game that I do enjoy, and I do think has a lot of really, really deep messages to it, it's just a game that I could say that I've probably read more theories. I've probably spent more time reading theories, forum posts, and just overall analyses of this game more than I have actually played it. Not to say that I haven't ever played it, obviously. I've definitely played it a lot, but you know what I'm saying. We'll go ahead and hookshot our way over this broken bridge. And what do you know? I found my way right away. Somebody, help! Hey, Link, some monsters put me up here. I always like to picture Link as like a daring hero sweeping the damsel off of her feet as he's going across the bridge like this. Yow! That was a surprise. Link, thank you. Say, Link. I don't know how to say this, but... Marin! Huh? Terran! Never mind. I gotta go. Oh, Terran, how you ruin everything. Hoot! That girl sang her song in front of the egg. Her ballad of the windfish is a song of awakening. Did she actually intend to wake the windfish? The next Siren's instrument is in the west. Play your melodies to the unliving stones might hear. Show your courage. The windfish waits for you. Hoot! So we've heard once again. I presume that voice that we heard at the end of the dungeon was the owls. I don't know if it was or not, but I always presume that it was. We have heard once again that we need to wake the dreamer, of course. And there is a very, very subtle hint to what you have to do. Wait, what? Oh, what? Okay, that was odd, I got stuck. You can hear that in that indent in the wall, you can bomb it, and it will reveal a path. So I want this enemy to go away. He's not gonna wake up now, is he? No. Okay, let's just grab that, and... Okay, fine. There. I'll just go through here. Continue on to the right, and... there is our heart piece. Okay, so that is 11 out of 12. Not many more to go at all. So, there really, as I keep saying, there's not much left for us to really get. We have 11 of the 12 heart pieces. We have all 20 of the secret seashells that we need. There's 6 that we don't need. And, yeah, we've shown pretty much every area on the map. There's a couple squares we haven't gone through, but we've explored almost all Koholint Island. We're really the master of navigating this island. We have helped all the people with their troubles. We've, gotten... we've gotten, like, every significant little detail. We have helped Richard get his castle back. We have helped Papal getting lost in these very mountains. We've helped actually get somebody to write letters to, but, of course, it wasn't really how he wanted it. We helped Marin just now, and we've helped her many times already. Heck, we helped Terran from the terrible fate of being a raccoon. So, things are winding down. There's not much left for us to do on Koholint Island at all, aside from waking the windfish. So as we head up, you have this thing up here. You need to do is, you need to equip your mirror shield, and you gotta walk up to it. And I always thought that looked really, really cool. This is one of only like 2 or 3 times in the whole game where you actually need the mirror shield to do something. We go up these stairs. We finally get to the other side of this dreaded rock that we could not climb over. We can lift elephant statues over our head, but we can't move aside a lousy rock. I don't know. Video game logic at its finest. But, oh wow, piece of power. I just wanted to talk about that. That, you think about what Marin was doing, how she actually was singing Ballad of the Windfish in front of the egg, trying to waken it. Maybe she was actually trying to help us get off the island, realizing that she needed to, despite the fact that she quite clearly likes us. So, you gotta really appreciate Marin for wanting to do that for us. At least it's how I always interpreted it. But, right here we have some ruins, and we were told by the owl that we need to play a song that wakes the dead in front of it. So, how about we do that? Meet the only time in the entire Zelda series where a dungeon is directly guarded by a boss. This is Turtle Rock, named after the Link to the Past dungeon by the same name. You have to fight the dungeon itself to get in. It is not difficult at all, and it looks more like an alligator. It's not even a turtle rock, it is more like an alligator stone. That is all there is to it, so how about we head on in, and we are now in Turtle Rock. This is probably the room with the most, or rather the dungeon with the most, like a room with the most dungeons in all of Link's Awakening. Outfit and saved it for last. Right over here, we have a Vire. This thing, honestly, Boomerang is your best friend. If you don't have the Boomerang and you still have the level 1 sword, this guy sucks. Have you ever fought against one? I have. It really, really, really sucks. It's flat out awful. The main obstacle, of course, as you can see, is going to be lava here. We just want to go through here. We want to, well, how about I actually equip my Boomerang before we move on, because we're going to fight one of these things real quick. There we go. Take him out, get ourselves a fairy. We get these pots out of the way, and we get ourselves a bit of an opening. You're going to want a bit of magic powder for the late areas. As you can see, I'm doing fine with 40. I don't think I need to pick any up, but just letting you know if you did need that. So we're going to hit these arm mimics with our Boomerang. Actually, we probably should just hit them with our sword and just kind of finish them off quicker. So we do that. We do a spin attack, and that will cause these stairs to appear, opening our first side-scrolling segment. If I recall, there's actually a lot of side-scrolling segments here, and they get very, very Mario-ish as we go further on. You know, I'm very tempted to say that they were just being plain unoriginal and that they're just flat-out ripping off their own series at this point, but I don't know. I never really thought it was that unusual for there to be Mario elements in Zelda games. In fact, there's one instance of that I think goes really, really unnoticed, and that is Skyward Sword. A lot of you guys might be going like, oh, you're crazy, like, what was Mario about that game? Think about all those floating islands in the sky and how, like, you fly through the sky really, really fast. It's kind of like incorporating Super Mario Galaxy into that. I mean, there's even some islands that are really spherical, and, like, you swim through them, you fly through them and get speed boosts, you do all that stuff, and I hate Vimo so much. Let's just go through here, and oh my god, it's the Smasher, and he's gonna throw his chocolate soda at me! I love you, Smasher! Yes, the Smasher makes a comeback, and I love it just so much! Oh my god, I'm so sorry I have to kill you, because you're so adorable! Oh god, I lost more man points in the Groudon video. Give me my fairy. I deserve it. Wow, even more man points lost. I have a fairy. Take him out. We get yet another fairy, and I always feel sad defeating such an adorable boss. So we got a room here with a bunch of ropes. You want to be careful here because they're going to lunge at you very fast the second that they notice you. You just sneak past them, and there we get the Stone Beak. We just saw an owl statue not that long ago, so I say we go and find out what he says. Let's head on back. And I hope you appreciate me starting the dungeon in this video. I know a lot of you didn't like the video where I opened the Eagle's Tower because it felt like I didn't do enough. And it was just me not really knowing where to stop the video because I got to the dungeon entrance really early, though, but it didn't feel early enough for me to, you know, actually do the dungeon. Fill all the holes with the rock that rolls. This is the key. Okay. Really could have just said D-pad is the key, but okay. I don't really know why they did it that way. Could keep going. Wow, I did not mean to actually head back in here. I just kind of wanted to show that we could keep going, but I don't really want to. We're going to head this way, and we're going to see exactly what the owl means. He says to fill in every single hole in the floor with the rock that rolls. Yeah, it looks like a rock, doesn't it? It looks like... No, actually, no, let's stop for a second. What does this look like? It looks like a treasure chest with two very bored eyes with a self-hitting crystal switch on top of it. Don't forget a little bit of Aztec inspiration in how those stones are in its head. So, we lose movement of Link, but we gain movement of this. So we lose movement of Link, and we get movement of this, and we need to fill in every single last tile of the floor using our mad timing skills. Just keep in mind this thing only does single tile movement when doing it. It should be pretty easy. We get that. Take them out, and I think I want to grab that. Now, it looks like there would be some way that you can get an item from pushing these blocks around, but to my knowledge there isn't. They're just there to kind of restrict your movement of that rock. We jump over this lava, and we got a fake chest, of course. Can't have a dungeon without one of those anymore. And with that, we are back into this room that we've been into before with these pots, so we have kind of come full circle. If you're wondering about where that staircase goes, I believe it's just a shortcut back to this main area, but not really anything else. So, we've gotten near to Turtle Rock. We got ourselves a little bit of progress. We also just saw those Vires can do that, where they can go past the wall and come out another area, and ooh, drowning in lava. Ouch. At least it doesn't look like it does in Twilight Princess, and oh god. So, now that we've gotten here to Turtle Rock and we have gone through one of these 3 routes, I say we end this off here. Next time on The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, we're going to be exploring the left path and maybe the north. See you guys then.